Many congratulations. Talk us through that game.
Yeah, it was a game of like two halves a little bit. First two sets were really good, and I was on it from the start. I felt like I was the real Luke Humphries, and then all of a sudden I kind of fell asleep and had a little nap and was wondering what was going on when I woke up. And yeah, it's a bit annoying because when you're playing so well, you can relax too much and feel like everything's going to keep just happening the way it does. And when you get a little bit of a reality check and it's not happening the way you want it, you kind of go, oh, okay then, I have to get back on it here. And last credit to Ted, you kind of see probably a little bit of a weakness in me there, and not really one I like to show a lot. So, it happens. It happens in every sport. You get a little bit comfortable, and I did, and I finally found my form in the end at the right time, and I managed to win the game. But it could have been a good one if I didn't, fall asleep in that third one.
You averaged over 102 in all of those winning sets you had. You must take some confidence from that you can put up these excellent numbers at this World Championship.
Yeah, of course. I'm not going to go back and be like, oh, one bad set, 98 average, not good enough. If you play against anybody else in the world, you're probably going to be 3-1 up anyway. So for me, I'm not going to take too much into that third set because it's one bad set. I'm going to take the positives. I always do from the three sets that I played really well in. And that's probably the best I've actually played in the first round game of the World Championships ever, to be honest. Usually I'm a bit average and I average 92, 93, get through the game. But this time I actually played really well. So it's a little bit of a different accolade for myself to take from tonight. And, I feel like I was scoring really good. Doubles were obviously the Achilles heel. If you look at the stats, the doubles were the problem. So get them right and I'll be average over 100.
And it's Paul Lim in the next round, who you lost to 5 years ago on this stage. He's not exactly the type of player you'd wish revenge on, but you're hoping to kind of level the scores in the next round. Yeah,
I'm not going to look for revenge on any single player. You play people so many times. There's no revenge in darts. I can't get revenge on a certain game that have been happening 5 years ago. I think, if anything, I'm kind of thankful for Paul for winning that game because it changed me as a player. It changed me as a person. I obviously 3 months later I lost about 4 stone and I was in a major final myself. So if anything, and I speak to Paul about it, it helped my career, and I'm a really big fan of him and he's a really big fan of me as well. So we get on well, but of course there's business in the next game, and if I'm scoring the way I did tonight, it's going to be a tough one for him. But if I'm not, he's got a chance, and the crowd's going to be on his side. But of course I've experienced that many times. Crowd against you, World Final 2024, whole crowd was against me, and I managed to put in one of my best performances ever. So yeah, it's a game that I relish. I look forward to. It's a big game. You're playing against a legend, and he'll look forward to it, and I'm looking forward to it.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Luke, well played. I just wonder, was there an element of you able to actually enjoy that all the way through it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot, to be honest. I was really eager to come back. For the 3 major finals I've lost in of the last 4, I felt like tournament stats have been in my favour, that I've been the better player. So I was eager to get back on the big stage and just show what I feel like I can perform at. And that was probably my best performance in the first round for a long, maybe ever, in the World Championships. And usually I get better and better and better in tournaments. Usually my first game is the one where I'm a little bit, not so great. But yeah, apart from that third set, I was really good there. So it's a good sign for myself that I'm sort of off the mark pretty quick, and my scoring was great. Doubling wasn't so great, but everyone knows when I put both together, I'm one of the toughest players in the world to beat. So I'll look forward to the next one, and hopefully I can put both together and then really put in a statement.
With that in mind, then, out of 10, where would you score yourself after that first round match?
Yeah, I'd say it's probably about a 7, just because there was 3 good sets. The average was probably a little bit lower than I would expect myself to perform, but because there was 3 really good ones and then 1 bad one, you kind of can't be too critical of yourself. Maybe 7 or 8, but if you're over 100 average and you're sort of doubling over 45%, that is where you're in a good state. And for me, it's good game. Just unfortunately, that 1 set really did cost me a good stats performance, but. Who cares? I'm through. Whether he averaged 98 or 28, it's all that matters. You through.
And what do you do between now and that second round match against Paul Lim?
Yeah, lovely. It's lovely for me. I got a nice week off. I get to spend a bit of time with my son, do a bit of shopping, Christmas shopping, and enjoy myself. And just spend some family time. Practice doubles. That's what I'm going to do. Practice my doubles, and just do a bit of shopping and spend some time with my lovely family.
Cheers, Luke.
Thank you, mate.
Luke, congratulations. Those first 2 sets, I don't think I've ever seen you so at ease with yourself, laughing and joking up there. Is that the best you felt on a stage for a long, long time?
No, it's not the best I felt in a long, long time. I felt like this way for a long, long time myself. The last 2 months I've been playing like this in Grand Prix, Grand Slam, Europeans, maybe not in the players, but I've been playing like this for a good few months now, and this sort of slower approach to my throw is definitely working. It's kind of like I feel like I can play even better, which is good for me. It's easy saying that, you got to do it, but I feel like I can play even better than I'm showing, and for me it was a good start. Kind of disappointed only from the fact that I let my guard down a little bit, and Ted jumped all over it. But Ted is a class player, and if you see someone's weakness that you kind of relax a little bit, you can jump all over it. So fair play to him. He really did, push me in them moments, and he kind of give me a little bit of a wake-up call, which is obviously sometimes really what you need. You're in a World Championship, it's never going to be easy.
Coming back, obviously this year, last year there was a target on your back, that pressure of trying to defend the title. This year, do you feel a lot freer than you did last year in yourself?
I feel like I don't feel freer. I feel like I'm in a bit more better form than I was last year. I think last year, I was, even when I won the Players' Championship finals, and it's kind of like I won it, but did I play like I done in 2023? Not really, but I just played really well in the right moments. And this year again, I know I didn't win any of the majors that I lost in the final, but the stats shows that I played better this year than I did in 2023 when I won them. So I feel like I've got a bit of confidence from that I'm scoring heavier. I was hitting better doubles, but everything was going well. So for me, I was, like I said, eager to get back up there, and I just love darts. I love being here, love being a part of it all, and I was really, really eager to get back up there, and I showed that in parts.
At the Grand Slam, after the defeat, you told us all you were coming here and you were winning the World Championship. That mindset still there?
Of course it is. Yeah, I'm not gonna back down from that. Of course, if I don't win it, I'm not gonna care what people say. Oh, look at you didn't win it, but I don't care, So you have to have a little bit of a confidence side in you now. I think when I've won so much, I'm always like, oh well, I hope I win it. You have to have that. Not arrogance, you have to have that confidence where you say, I'm going to win it, and if I don't win it, so be it. But if I do win it, then it looks great, doesn't it? You said you've won it. You said you were going to win it, and you won it. So, for me, it's just about giving myself a little bit more of a confident side in my personality, and, I do think I'm going to win it. Of course I do. I should think that. All 128 players that are in this tournament should be telling themselves they're going to win it. Because if you don't think that, then you won't win it. Thank you, mate.
Luke, congrats on tonight. Paul him next, 71 years of age. You faced him 5 years ago here. How much does it amaze you that he's still playing at the level that he is playing at?
Yeah, it doesn't amaze me because he's a warrior. He's someone that has loved darts and played darts for many, many years, and for him to still be a part of it and still play, and he loves travelling, he loves playing. It's amazing, and you got to tip your hat off to him because I can't remember or don't think I'll ever see any other plus 70-year-old that'll ever be as good as Paul Lim, to be honest. So it's quite incredible how he keeps going, keeps playing, and keeps winning, which is obviously amazing. But yeah, it's up for a good game for me on the 22nd.
Will you be playing at 71?
What do you think? No. I hope I'm alive at 71. Will I be playing? Absolutely not. I think for me, 50 would be the maximum. I think, yeah. There's too much. You've got so much to play for now. You don't just play to the 71.
That confidence that you were talking about with Phil there in the post-match interview at the Grand Slam, that's sort of similar to sort of things we saw from Peter Wright before tournaments, and generally if he said he was going to go and win a title, he did manage to back it up.
Yeah.
Is that sort of a mental thing, sort of put that in your mind that this is going to happen?
Yeah, I think so. I think when Peter says he's going to win, so I don't think he's like faking it. I think he really believes it, and that's important. Whether if he doesn't win it, so be it. You can accept I didn't win it, but that's important confidence that you have to go into major tournaments, especially big ones like the World Championships. You need to go into them thinking, I'm going to win it. Because if you don't think like that, then how can you win it? If you think, oh well, I don't think I can win it, but I can play all right, you won't win it. So all the top guys, me, Luke Littler, Michael Van Gogh, Goran Price, Gary Anderson, all these people will all go into these tournaments thinking they're going to win it because you have to. So I think I've adapted that little bit more of a mindset, not in an arrogant way. It's just you've got to believe you're going to win it, because if you don't, I don't think you will. Thank you, mate.
Luke, well done on that performance. You said in that game you took a bit of a nap, then Ted came back. Is that something that has always been a problem with you? Because it seems strange someone of your experience would just be off the gas a little bit.
You're probably right. Yeah, it's not someone of my caliber that usually does something like that, but it does happen. You know, it does happen to every player. Every player does do something like that. You know, where you feel like you're playing so well, everything comes easy, and you can just relax, and you're going to keep doing it. But that's what darts is all about. That's why, as an 8-time major champion, as a world champion, you learn every day. You're still learning things. You know, I learned there that I kind of relaxed too much in a moment where I should have been on it and felt like I was going to average 106 throughout the whole game, and I didn't. But important for myself and good confidence I will take from it is that when I did relax and the game got taken away from me a little bit, I managed to get back on it again and start playing to a good standard. So lesson learned for myself, but of course I'm not going to take anything away from Ted. He performed at, the first 2 sets he wasn't at his best, but then he started to find it, and I love Ted to bits. He's a lovely guy, lovely kid, and I say kid, he's not a kid, is he? I still think we're like 21 when I'm. He's a lovely guy, Ted, and he deserves a lot, and I wish him all the best. I hope he gets his tour card as well, because it's nice to have him back on tour.
You've mentioned stats a lot, your stats this year, and last year and the year before as well. Is that something you look at a lot, your numbers? Because we see it now more in other sports, and football in particular, where it's now very stats-based and people are analysing all sorts to try and improve their practice, it influences what they do behind the scenes to try and working on the ocket. Is that what you're doing? Is that the direction the game is going, and it's not just getting up there and chucking it out in practice and seeing what happens?
Yeah, I mean, for myself, if I'm looking at stats, it's more to do. I don't want to say something and not be able to back it up. If you say, I'm playing better than this year, and then all the stats would say you're not true, it's kind of going to not make you look like you're telling the truth. So I wanted to make sure that they are right, and they are right. I am playing better stats-wise, 180s, doubles in certain tournaments, tournament average. They're all better than they was 2 years ago when I'm winning them. So, I've said it many times. I do feel like I'm a better player right now than I was 2 years ago when I was winning all them big tournaments. But of course, you're playing against some top players that can beat you in big major finals. So, for me, like I said, it's been a great year. 5 major finals. If I win the World Championships with the 3 I've lost recently, then it's been a great year. It's been an amazing year. So, that's what my heart's set on.
Cheers, Luke. Thank you. Well done today.
Well done, Luke.
Thank you.
How special was it to have your family, including your young son, in attendance tonight to watch you win?
It's always special. I love spending time with my family. That's my most famous thing that I love more than anything is spending time with my family. Of course, my son's getting a little bit older now. He kind of understands everything that's going on, and he enjoys being at darts. He loves the cameras. He loves seeing them. He's a challenging boy. He loves being on the go all the time. But yeah, spending time with them. Of course, this is why it's one of my favourite tournaments of the year, because obviously Gracie wasn't here, my stepdaughter, but she finishes school, so she'll probably be with me in the next one, and we can spend that Christmas together for a good period then.
And do you find yourself plotting your route through this tournament? Because there are a lot of possibilities of big matches down the line.
Oh yeah, of course I do. Yeah, of course. I see what can happen. I knew that the game between Paul and Jeffrey was kind of a 50-50. You kind of don't know. If Jeffrey plays his A game, it's a tough one for Paul. If the crowd get on Paul's side, then it's going to be a tough one for Jeffrey. And then you're seeing it's like Wessel, Nathan, Gian, Van Gogh, and that could be the draw. Of course, everyone says they don't. Look, you do. Everything can change, but I kind of like that draw, to be honest, because I feel like I play better against the top players, and that's my route, to be honest, because I feel like I can have some good games there, and. If you're looking at it can be a tough draw, but of course I'm not looking into it too much. I'm looking into, because anything can happen in this sport, and all them players I've just named could all lose their games against other great players. So, but yeah, there is a tough draw for me if it works out the way that it could.
And you picked up your MBE this week. What an achievement that is, and have you had a chance to take stock of just how big an achievement it is?
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever realise how big of an achievement it is, because I think a lot of people just think, you've achieved an MBE for being a good dart player. But that's not it, I think I don't publicise all the things I do off the board as well for charity and going to hospitals and all these things that some people see that not everybody sees, because I don't publicise it all, because I don't need to. It's not something I want to be rewarded for by everyone saying, "Oh, well done, you've done this." So, yeah, I think and it's not just Luke that's changed the sport. Everybody's seen me and Luke Littler change the sport, and I think that's rightly said. Well, we both got one because we've both changed the sport, the face of the sport. Not mostly him, of course, But I've been a part of that by challenging him, making him work hard for all his achievements, and he's been making me work even harder for my achievements. And that's why I think I've got it. And for me, it was a great feeling. Meeting the Prince of Wales, William as well, and he knows about darts, so it's really good, and it just shows how big the sport is now.
Thanks, Lou.
Thank you.
Behind you. Keep last couple, please.
Yeah, I am conscious that you are waiting for your son, so we'll keep it brief. So, obviously, near the end, you seen you talking to yourself, just getting yourself focused. What I wanted to ask, really, is this something that you're working on yourself, or do you get help away from the hockey? Maybe sports psychologist?
No, I don't get no sports psychologist. I don't need that at this moment in time in my career. I'd never sort of say that it's not good, because there's certain people that benefit from it, and maybe I'll benefit from it one day, I don't know, but I don't get it right now. It's not like I'm physically talking to myself, but sometimes you kind of like, it's a mental thing, you're sort of telling yourself, kick into gear now, come on, and sometimes people see me berate myself on the stage, when I'm throwing, walking back, but I feel like it just my coping mechanism, it makes me play better.
Thank you very much, Luke.
David, last one, Megan. Quickly, please, mate. Thank you.
Okay, congratulations, Luke.
Thank you.
Can you sum up the most crucial moment in just one sentence?
Well, it's hard to sum up in one crucial sentence, but I feel like the fourth set, that third leg, was the most crucial moment of the game for me. I think I had 11 dar, and I broke him, he broke me back, then I had to break him again. Because if he wins that leg and he wins a set, it's game on. Then I'm going to be under pressure. So I feel like the most important part of that whole game for me was that third leg in the fourth set.
How do you feel before going on stage? Do you feel a little bit nervous?
No, I was buzzing. I couldn't wait, to be honest. I was very eager to get back on there, because I love performing in front of great crowds like they were tonight, and they were in full voice. I think a lot of them weren't watching at one point, so something was going on in the crowd, but I don't care. It's great atmosphere out there, and if you can't get up for it and can't enjoy them moments, like these moments that you're a part of, then you shouldn't be up there.